Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Josiah. Welcome back to AWM, aka Awaken with Mark. Here on our channel, we show our answer to the question, what happens when a Black American family moves abroad, in this case, to the continent of Africa? So in 2021, me, my brother, and my parents, who are retired, moved to East Africa. We spent about a year in Rwanda, and now we're living in Zanzibar, and we're really loving it. And on this channel, we tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly, and our experiences living abroad, basically. And then we try to share stories and helpful tips with you guys. And so in this video, I wanted to show you guys something new that we're working on just for you, because we're always seeing in our content and even other people's content how they're really excited to want to live abroad, but then they get a little discouraged or confused because a lot of questions come to them. One of the most important ones being, where will they go, or what type of job will they have? What's the medical care like, et cetera, et cetera. And so we've answered those questions in previous videos. Welcome to all of you who are new. I encourage you guys to like this video and subscribe. It shows YouTube that you're enjoying our content. And so you'll see more of it. And by subscribing, you won't miss any of our videos. And so, like I was saying, we get a lot of those questions about where to go, medical, issues and things like that. And so I'm gonna get ready to share my screen here and show you a new resource that we're working on just for you. It's about preparation. It's about getting started. There's a Bible verse that we like in, I think, Proverbs 21, that just talks about how abundance awaits all of those who work diligently, you know. And so we don't want you guys to feel overwhelmed by anything about moving abroad, complex an undertaking as it is. So I wrote this book for you guys, or kind of like a mini guide just to help you get started. So let me get ready to bring up the screen and I'll show you a little bit of what we're working on. Okay, as you can see here, this is just a little bit of what I've been working on for you guys. So this will be a free guide. The link is in the description of this video right now. At the time of making this video, I don't even fully know what the final title will be. So right now I'm just calling it the Epic Expat Research Guide. If you've been following Awaken with Mark for a while, you know that we have other products, other books that follow that theme of just how epic a life abroad can be. And so I've broken this book up, or this guide, so to speak. It's probably an ebook. It's just a few pages. Um, I've broken it up into two parts as of right now. One for Africa, focusing on Africa, because that's where we are. And then down here, it's worldwide. I don't know why you want to move abroad. Could be political upheaval wherever you're from. It's most likely maybe even governmental things that just aren't treating Black people right. Some of those are some of the reasons that we left the United States. Or it could also be that you're pre-retirement or you're going into retirement. You've always wanted to live abroad. It actually may be even more aspirational. Everyone's why, can change from time to time. Either way, I think these resources will help you to get started. So here we have some things about dual citizenship. We have some definitions: residency versus dual citizenship, countries that allow dual citizenship, three African countries and their dual citizenship programs, some resources here from the dual citizenship report. So if I click on this one, when you download this book, all you have to do is click. So this link is from Nomad Capitalist. We like him. So this is his article about second passports. He talks about that a lot. And so as you go through here, he defines things, what do you get with an African passport, according to research he and his team have done. And so you just go through here and you just read through. That's what you'll do for all the links in this video. Excuse me, all the links in the ebook, okay, in the guide. So he gets into it: African citizenship programs available to you. And so In this one, he talks about three. The first two here are he talks about Malawi and dual citizenship there. So the latest country to announce dual citizenship is Malawi. And then he also talks about Liberia as well. So if you want to know the other country that he talked about on the continent of Africa, you'll just have to download the ebook. Okay. Again, the ebook is free. And so back over here, that's giving you a taste already. This is how this guide or short ebook is broken down, into little parts here. And I just simply took research that you can find free on the internet, okay? Visa-free countries, again, as it pertains to Africa. So I have one here, 9 visa-free countries in Africa. How many African countries require visas for US tourists? Several destinations make it a bit easier to visit with visa-free entry. And so yeah, so you just come here, you see who wrote it, Bruno Braga. Africa, the cradle of humanity, beckons with its vibrant cultures, breathtaking landscapes, and diverse wildlife. So they're talking about Morocco, Mauritius, Namibia. I heard great things about that. That's crazy, right? The desert here and then the ocean. That looked like something out of a sci-fi film, but that's real. Um, Soto down in southern Africa, like this is beautiful. Senegal over there on the West Coast. I can't wait to go visit there, see this amazing statue. And so there are more countries here, but this is brought to you by Travel Noir. And so I found this article and I just thought this would be amazing. So I linked it into the guide for you. Okay. We've also got things like this is good. 10 least corrupt African countries. Okay. You're thinking about Africa again, right? All right. So you click there and we get to africa.businessinsider.com. Africa benefits greatly from low levels of corruption as seen by increased public services, social stability, economic growth, and international cooperation, right? And so they have recommended articles here, but this article ranks the 10 countries: Seychelles, Cabo Verde, Botswana, Rwanda, Mauritius, Namibia, Sao Tome and Principe, Benin, Ghana, Senegal, okay? And so by downloading this book and opening up this link, you'll get this breakdown from Business Insider Africa. If you're looking into, okay, what are the least corrupt countries in Africa you might always be hearing about, corruption, disease, etc. Those things exist in Africa. They also exist in the Western world as well. They exist in the United States, but this research is to help you because oftentimes, just scrolling through here, again, people are like, where do I go? How safe is Africa? How safe is anywhere outside of the United States? And sometimes people just get bogged down. So I got the idea. I was recently in Tanga, and I just got the idea while on a bus ride to just compile a few things to help you launch out. Because one thing I know is that the hardest thing in life is sometimes just starting a thing, starting a YouTube channel, starting to write a book, starting to date, starting a business, starting remote work, starting to research to live abroad. That can be very daunting and very intimidating. So I did some of the work for you right here in this free book. 5 of the safest African countries here. 5 African countries with the best quality of life mid 2024. Okay. Ranked here is South Africa, Morocco, Kenya, Egypt, and Nigeria. As of the writing of this article, mid 2024, these are the 5 safest countries, for you. Maybe you're solo, maybe it's your family. Yeah, I'll click this one. Okay. Yeah, you'll see some repeat, because there's some good sources out here. You'll see some repeats. Again, Business Insider Africa. Here we go. Black family here thriving somewhere, some African country. Okay. Another ranking, and again, they have, the story breakdown and things like that. Here, some of these publications also team up with other publications as well. They share information. So the top 10 most kid-friendly African countries, Seychelles, Morocco, South Africa, Namibia, Mauritius. That's just the top five right there that I listed off, right? They have the rest down here. They get into the methodology, you know, um, as to how they came up with this research, and things like that. Again, sometimes it can be very daunting. It was daunting for us as well when we started off, preparing to move to Rwanda, doing things like getting our visa and things like that. Because when we went to Rwanda, Rwanda is not visa free. As I recall, I mean, I might be getting ahead of myself. Because some countries have like it's visa free, or you can get visa upon entry and things like that. So I might just be mixing my stuff up a little bit. Although some visa programs change after a while. I can't directly quote it right now, but back in 2021, 2022, Rwanda had a specific visa program that has since changed because at the time of this video, it's 2024. I know that's kind of vague. I think Rwanda pops up in more of the resources I have here. But the point I'm just trying to make is in 2021, we got grandfathered into specific benefits to the Rwanda tourism visa. Some of those benefits have since changed. So that's just the point I'm trying to make here. A lot of this is specific to 2024, maybe 2023, the resources that I have listed here. But to help get you started so that you're not overwhelmed, I wanted to just give you some stuff for mid 2024 and to get that muscle going of research if you're just not used to researching a lot of these international things. You know, I just did the same structure for going worldwide because you might be interested in living somewhere else. You may not be interested in Africa, or you are interested in Africa, but you really want to embrace that nomadic life and you want to live in some other places 6 to 18 months at a time or something, right? And so here's a really powerful one here. Visa-free countries, again, this time worldwide. Let's click this. You'll click this when you download our ebook. Countries that American passport holders can visit without a visa. List of 149 countries that you can visit visa-free with an American passport in 2024. Bet you didn't know that. I didn't know that. I've had a passport since I was like at least 16, and I didn't know that. My dad and I just, we made sure we had our passports. And when I was in high school, my senior trip, he and I went to Playa del Carmen, Mexico. I didn't know any of this stuff. Maybe he knew. I don't know. But it's 149 countries that you can go to as an American citizen, and having an American passport. Where can US passport holders travel without a visa? Okay, as of August 2024, US passport holders can travel visa-free to 149 countries and territories, and they have them here. Albania, I've been hearing about Albania. You've got Greece, Gibraltar, Norway. You've got Panama. You've got Aruba, Australia. One of my brothers went to Australia for about 3 weeks when he was in high school. The Bahamas. We made a video about visa-free countries, and the Bahamas, of course, was on there. Last I checked, as an American citizen, you can stay in the Bahamas for like 200 days without a visa. Let that sink in. Over 200 days. You got Ireland, you got Qatar, you get it, Senegal, so many places like Canada, Cayman Islands, South Africa. Again, US passport holders can travel visa free to all of these countries, guys. Look at all this. Okay. And by the way, you can do the same thing. Just whatever country you're a citizen of, just go on your country's website or something like that, or go to visaguide.world right here. Just type in your country. What countries can I go to? Like maybe you have an England passport, English passport, Great Britain. You got a Canadian passport. You have a Tanzanian passport. Whatever. You can do the same thing that I'm doing here. I'm doing it for Americans because most of our audience are US citizens, like me. And you can just apply this same logic, the same research to your country of origin to see, well, with my passport from wherever, oh, what countries are available to me visa free? How many, where can I go? Seychelles, Singapore, Malawi, Costa Rica, like, yo. And so, what countries issue e-visa to US citizens? So it doesn't stop there. They even break it down. So the following 20 countries issue visas for US passport holders. Look at all this. Okay. They have additional hyperlinks here for the process of getting an e-visa. If you didn't know what that was, getting a visa online. What countries issue visa on arrival to US passport holders? Okay, 35 countries are listed here. Solomon Islands, Sri Lanka, Madagascar, Egypt, Ethiopia. There we go. Rwanda. I think I mentioned that earlier, right? Visa on arrival. Rwanda, right there. Sierra Leone, Zimbabwe. Okay. And on and on and on. They have more listings here, which countries are US passport holders not allowed to enter. Well, as of this video, US passport holders are not allowed to enter North Korea. That's the only one as of right now. Countries with visa requirements for US citizens. You need a valid visa to enter the following 21 countries with the US passport. And so they just break things down. Okay, you get it. I spent a lot of time there. But here, dual citizenship for Americans, least corrupt countries on a global level here. Let's click this one real quick. I linked this into the ebook, visionofhumanity.org maps. We've gone here for a previous video as well. And so, yeah, so here's a whole map here. Overall GPI score, Global Peace Index score of the whole world. Okay. And you just click, they have, white, no data, dark blue, I think more peaceful, green, peaceful, yellow, orange. It gets less peaceful as you go, so all the red areas are less peaceful, green is looking really peaceful, dark blue, I believe is also, it looks like dark blue to green to yellow is really where you want to be at. Orange is okay, and it depends, they break it down. They say here what it's weighted by. Okay. The lower the score, the more peaceful the country. And so you can use this to figure out, what are some places that I'm interested in going to as far as global peace index. Okay. And so I included that one here. Again, just like with the Africa part of the guide, safest countries, I did that here just on a global level. Okay. 20 best countries for Americans who want to live abroad, 15 countries for Black Americans to retire to, most friendly overall, countries and things like that. Best for, here's one, cheapest countries for retirees, cheapest countries to comfortably retire in by continent. Okay, Africa, Asia, Australia, Europe, North America, South America. Okay, and then they link you to other stuff over here. Okay, they get into, cost of living and things of that nature. Best healthcare in the world, five best healthcare systems in the world. For many expats, choosing a retirement destination is dependent on the standard for healthcare that country provides, and understandably so, right? All right. So Colombia, number 5, beautiful. Wow. And they really get into it. Okay. France, okay. Spain made the list. Costa Rica, there's Costa Rica again. And Portugal. I mentioned Portugal earlier. Okay. And that's just that link. Okay. I have more here. Okay. Caribbean healthcare as well. Okay. And then there's also Nimbea. You can just calculate cost of living here. So you put in a country and then you compare it to something else. Okay. So they got the map here. Right here, you can select a country. Let's see if I try it. Okay. So select location. Okay. Los Angeles. All right. Compare it to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. All right. Cost of living in Los Angeles, California is and 94.9% higher than in Dar es Salaam without rent. Okay. Cost of living, including rent in Los Angeles, 255% higher than Dar. Okay. And then here they have more facts, but then they get into meals for two people, restaurants, they get into markets here and they break down certain things like milk, white bread, rice, eggs, basic stuff. They're comparing right here. Oh yeah, because you'll want to research, the conversion rates, the T shilling to the US dollar, or the Rwandan franc to the US dollar, or to the British pound, wherever you're coming from. They get into transportation, monthly utilities, sports and leisure, childcare. You see, so Nimbeo.com is great. Rent per month. Okay, salaries and financing. And then we have, of course, our channel here. So our resources, mostly our videos, but we have, if you didn't know, it's from our website, awakenwithmark.com. Okay. You can get that free as well. Just send us your email. We'll send it over. It'll help you assess readiness, show you how to design your world. Again, like where do you thrive most? In the mountains, maybe you want mountain living. Oh, yeah, you can get our newsletter, free newsletter here as well. You might like mountain living. You might like my background here. You might like beach living. You might want rural living. You might want city living. So you design your world, like in Numbeo, cost of living, things like that. You identify deal breakers. Why won't you leave your home country? But also, especially, why won't you go to another country? What fits your quality of life? You might prefer one country to the next. You got to know what are your deal breakers for not going someplace or for enticements for going somewhere else and ways to get unstuck, right? So we have that there. And then I won't click these only because, or well, here, I'll click this one because the video is going to autoplay. Epic Africa Move Starter Guide. We have a video playlist for that. We have a video top 10 visa-free countries for Americans, top 6 countries for Black retirees, 5 best countries for Black families, and on and on. Okay. But here are all of our playlists at the time of this video. And so that link just puts you here. If you're somehow new to like YouTube playlists, maybe you're just used to watching one thing at a time, you click any one of these, okay? Residency. You click the full playlist and it shows you all the other videos that we did on any given topic. Okay, this particular topic is on residency, so we broke down a lot of things about citizenship and residencies in the United States and abroad. Things about golden visas. Why did these 10 Black people leave? The United States. And stuff like that. Okay. And so yeah, so that's I basically just took you through basically the whole thing. I might add some links. I might take some out or just rearrange some things, but that was just really to help you really, get a sense for research, or you're hearing things on the news or from your social circle of like, oh, it's dangerous in Africa, or oh, it's dangerous on this island, or it's dangerous, or do they like people Black people in Africa and stuff like that, and just it's to help you tune out the noise and get cold, hard facts, about everything. And so this is free, or not about everything, but to get you started looking into the everything that you care about Caribbean life, island life, life in Africa, life in Japan, life, wherever, because this is a complex thing, but it's not impossible. This is possible. We've lived abroad for like, at the time of this video, a little over 2.5 years, and we've had challenges, monetary, health, but we're still here. You've seen our videos, or I invite you to check out our videos. Again, invite you to subscribe, like this video, let YouTube know you love this content so that you see more. But you'll see what we've been through and what we've shared. It's not impossible to live abroad, and the standard is not America. It's not. I don't know why you want to live abroad, but you should journal and really get clear and get aware on why you want to do that and why you want to experience other food, other languages, other people, other culture, other ways of doing things, okay? And so again, our videos, we share things about, cost of living, culture shock, healthcare, and all of that stuff, because traveling ain't cheap, but it is adventurous, and we want you to be as prepared as possible. So that's why I wrote this book. I mean, traveling, at any time, it's summer right now. It can be overwhelming, but like filing a claim doesn't have to be, healthcare and things like that, healthcare for families, for children, for retirees, and things like that. That's very important. And Safety Wing rolled out their new Nomad insurance claims. Now you can start a claim with their new simple form in as little as like 5 minutes and get reimbursed within like 2.7 days. It's that fast. And you can learn more at safetywing.com/nomad insurance. Okay. Just click on our link in the video description below. We do make a small commission for all of you who click that link and purchase. Just wanted to let you know and say thank you in advance for all of you who might click on that. I invite you right now to click the other link in the description. There's all types of travel abroad, live abroad goodies that you'll find in there, including the Nomad insurance that I just told you about. But you will get the link to this free resource guide that I just made. All those links, you just click right in there. Also, we have the Epic Move Abroad workshop coming up soon at the time of this video. If you want to learn how to enroll into the next cohort, you'll want to click that link in the description as well, okay? Living abroad can be overwhelming, but it's possible. And I just wanted to make this video and this book for you guys, okay? See you on the next video. Peace out.